You're watching my favorite YouTube channel. I'm Chill, and this is unprecedented times because no comic books this Wednesday. First time in years that's ever happened. I don't think it's ever happened since they moved to Wednesdays, but what does this mean for the industry? A lot of things. Here's the one positive I can take. Immediately, this is what I thought about. Artists like Ryan Otley, who got to do a comic book every 2 weeks, and then they got a rotating artist on that book. So like these high profile artists, or at least the artists that you like, they all got a little bit more time. All of a sudden the deadline for that book isn't the deadline anymore. And so the art that's going to come out for the books scheduled for May, June, there's no deadline on them. Let's say this whole break prolongs even further. That rotating artist who they called in between Ed McGuinness's Avengers. Look at this artist, Ed McGuinness. Lionel Francis Yu over there. All of a sudden, they've got enough time to be doing their series for longer, right? Adam Kubert on Wolverine, or like the artists that we like, the Greg Lands of the world. The Alex Rosses, these cover artists. Every comic book from now until the end of the year will have an Alex Ross cover because he's got nothing better to do. So for the artists, this is great news. For the writers, I hold them to a high standard. I think that they're also fans of comics. So who's to say that they're not going to say, man, I need to read something. And they go read a book they weren't initially going to read. And this just enhances their knowledge of the universe that they're working with. And then all of a sudden we get to the next major event after Empire. Because I think Empire is already written, or at least already scripted and mapped out. I think after the next event, everyone's going to know where Riri Williams is standing, where Captain Marvel is in her series, what's the deal with She-Hulk and Iron Man, and they'll have the knowledge because all this time off, they got nothing better to do than to read freaking Runaways. They've got nothing to do but read the Ghost Spider and see, oh yeah, Earth 65, is that how it works? Understood. I know what's happening in that. Now, if I ever need a story where I do something in Wakanda, I'm up to date on my Black Panther. I know what he's been through, the whole intergalactic empire. I know I've been reading Ironheart and I've seen what happened over there. I know what Doctor Strange is up to because his hands are fixed. These writers, who I don't think read all the books, are reading all the books in this downtime, I hope. Or they're doing like Donny Cates and they're reading the old stuff, which is good also. The Astonishing X-Men. Is this the issue that they were reading? No, they weren't doing Unstoppable. Where's my Astonishing X-Men? The Gifted one. Gifted. This is the one that he was reading with his woman. And made me want to read it again too. This is good for reading. This break could be used to the benefit of everyone, even comic book stores. Remember a week ago when I was out here saying you got to pirate your comics because when they come to your stores, how you going to tell your man, your LCS, the guy who had you for year after year, anticipates how many of these books are going to sell and then brings them to you just so you know you got one there every single Wednesday or Thursday or whenever you go to get your comics. How are you going to let that man down and not buy the comics he got for you because you got it digitally? Well, now Marvel and DC are not offering them digitally, and they are better off for it, the comic book stores. You know what would be crazy though? If the pirating sites or the YouTube accounts that just put up comic books for free, if they still have access to the comics that came on Wednesday and they post them anyways, wouldn't that be something? I'm gonna go check that right now. So until then, I bid you adieu, goodbye, mwah, and good night. Bang! Now I gotta get up to, because it doesn't work that way. I don't got an editor. I gotta do it myself.